Guys, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love mixed martial arts and the UFC as much as I do. Okay, here we go. Glover Teixeira versus Jiří Procházka 2. I really think this fight's going to be a little bit different than the first fight. I think Jiří is going to be more dominant in this fight, and I'll tell you why. Glover has not really gotten better in the last few years. He's about the same, which is great. I think Jiří is still a young fighter. He has a long way to go, even though he's already dangerous, obviously great. And I'm going to take Jiří seriously when he said that he was not very happy with winning the title the way that he did because it was a very close, competitive fight. He actually was losing that fight when he was fighting Glover up until he got the victory in the 5th round. He could have lost that fight. I think he knows that and he understands that, and that's a sign of a really good fighter. That's a sign of a true champion. And not to say that Glover's not. I just think it's Jiří's time to really take over, you know. It's unfortunate that Glover won it. It's good that he won it at 40 or however old he was. But it's also unfortunate that he won it at that time. He didn't really get to enjoy his title reign. And I don't see him getting the win in the rematch. Again, for Glover to win this fight, he has to take him down and do what he did. He's not going to be able to do that again. Jiří is going to push for this fight to stay standing. I think he gets the better of the stand-up exchanges this time more. I think he's going to keep it standing more. If they go to the ground, he'll be better with the grappling than what he was, you know, because he could have lost the fight in several moments in that fight. It was a very close, competitive fight. So I like to go with my gut. Speaking of, my gut doesn't feel too good right now. But I have Jiří Procházka. It might be a long fight. It may go to distance just because Glover's so tough. I remember when John Jones fought Glover 8-9 years ago, whenever it was, when Glover was a lot younger. John Jones and him went to distance, but it was clearly a one-sided contest. I think we see something like that again. Jiří's going to be more cautious. Not really cautious, like not really aggressive, but he's not going to leave himself in harm's way as much. He's going to dictate the stand-up. He's not going to let this fight go to the ground too much, and if it does, he'll be content with doing ground and pound, holding down Glover, keeping Glover from getting submissions on him. He's going to be he's going to have a calculated approach to this fight. But he should have no issues in this fight. I think he is the better fighter. I think it's Jiří's time to shine. Sorry, Glover, man. If only you had won the title a little younger, years before you actually won it, which was great and all. Again, I'm not saying Glover can't win the fight. I wouldn't be surprised. This is mixed martial arts after all. That's why I like to talk about football and MMA so much, because anything happens in these sports. And that's why I get so much feedback on my stuff, especially lately. But yeah, I have Jiří winning a unanimous decision. I don't think he'll finish Glover. I think you'll see this fight a lot like the third fight between Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski was. They had a competitive previous fight. The only difference is there won't be a trilogy for this fight. I have Jiří getting a dominant decision, 50-45, 50-44, and maybe even 50-43. I just think he's that much better. That fight felt like a loss to him. He probably feels like he's not the real champion because of how he won the fight. Not to say that he's not, but, you know, thinking, man, you know, I should have done a lot better than that. And I'm going to. Here, Glover, have the rematch for 2 reasons. He deserves it because he respects Glover that much outside of the fight itself. But then number 2, hey, man, I barely got a win over you. I easily could have lost to you. Nah, man, let's run it back again. I'm going to show you I'm that much better than you. That's the mentality he's going to have in this fight. So the stand-up will be the key in this fight. And even the grappling won't really help Glover. I think he's just a better fighter. That's just my opinion.